Hello. I hope that the title of this video caught some attention. Maybe we'll see some of it in a minute. We are going to be coloring some Stamen. Hey, Bob! Jeremiah, glad you guys could join. Hey! I'm excited about this. Ooh, we've already got a bunch of people. Hey, Jason. I'm going to be coloring some Stamen, and even posting that makes people giggle, and I really like that, so it's funny. Sean, glad you're here. Thank you, Bob. I'm not sure that that's a good description for me. Hi, Ian. George, thank you. I know. You know what? I ramble a lot when I start doing these, so I'm going to try really hard not to do that as much today, because I haven't been live in a very long time. Hey, Charlotte. Hello from Australia. Glenn, how are you? I saw that you got to do an all-women class recently. Was that today? That's fantastic. Hi, Lance. Hi, David. Hi, Carl. Wave. Richard, I don't know what you're saying. Oh, you're a transplanted Texan? I am a transplanted Michigander. So, hello. Hi, Sean. 10 comments so far. Hey, Andrew. How are you? I'm glad everyone's joining me. I know I've been kind of hiding for a while. Jim, your first time here. I'm glad you could make it. So I've been hiding because I've been very busy. So I'm back, I hope, for a little while at least. Thank you, Sean. So okay, let me explain. One of the reasons Master Colorist, thanks, Bob. Oh my god, everybody's from all over the place. I love this. But Greg, are you referring to the Buckeyes? Because I don't appreciate that if you are. From Brazil? That's crazy! Denmark? Oh my goodness. Alright, we've got lots of places over here. Okay, so let me explain. I have been super crazy busy with school, and so I've lost track of actually working on my own stuff. I've been trying to make that a goal of mine, doing those simultaneously, but as a high school teacher that is an art teacher, it's really, really difficult to do that. So I entered 3 shows a few weeks ago, and I realized while I was entering that I do not have enough work to enter into multiple shows without repeating some of them, so I'm worried that if I get some into one show, that I might have to pull them out of a different show, because I did do some overlapping, and there's some shows that are at the same time. So, yeah, I have all of my walnut in the background. I've got cherry above it, and exotics above that, and then my taller stuff over here, and then more stuff over there. So, I've got some of my wood stock in here, some more of it's in the house. Hi, from Italy. That's fantastic. Okay, so this piece, the one that I'm going to be working on today, or at least the Stamen for the one that I'm working on today, this one is the one that I was working on, or that I started for Russ Clarity's show that I was on way back when. That might have even been in November last year, possibly before that even. Maybe it was October. It was last year, I know that. It was forever ago. So I'm just finally getting back into working on this piece again. So here is it so far. Ta-da! The legs for said piece. 2 of the 3. And then I am going to be coloring at least 6 Stamen. So 6 on this video and possibly more later on. This piece itself, when finished, is going to have 3 legs, 6, if you can see all of them, 6 spikes, which are here. 6 spikes and either 6 or 9 legs, and I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm just gonna have to see while I'm working on it which one I like more. I think I'm probably gonna go with 9. And I just made these in the last couple hours. I cut them out on the bandsaw from some figured maple. And hi Juan. Thank you. You know, Juan, I was just talking about you yesterday with my other adopted seniors, because I don't know if you know this, I have 12 this year, which is quite the increase from 2 years ago. Most people will have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. Hi Timothy, glad you could join. So when I'm working on this, it's more of just an experiment. So these are cut out on the bandsaw. This is extremely thin, by the way. It's like toothpick thickness. It's less than 1/8 of an inch. Cut out on the bandsaw, carved round with my flex shaft power carver. It's a Fordham, and then I use saber-tooth bits, which are absolutely fantastic. I love them and I would recommend them to everybody. If you can afford them, they're wonderful. They're amazing. And I've been using the same bit for months now on multiple pieces, and it doesn't feel like it's getting dull, which is great for me because I use it a lot. Did I just give you the bird? I didn't mean to if I did. Okay, did I do it with a stamen, possibly? I don't know if that's better or worse than if I did with my actual hand. Okay, hey, Pat, glad you could join. Okay, so I'm gonna I'll show you what I'm using first. I've got my bag, my Ziploc bag of trans-tint dyes, and I'm gonna be doing some flame stamen, and I was thinking about this earlier. If they're flame stamen, should I just call them flamin'? I'm not sure. Maybe. And that's a combination of the yellow trans tint and the red trans tint dyes. And I don't dilute them. I know some people say to do that, and actually the instructions tell you to dilute them, but I think that's for a wash of color, and I want them to be very, very vivid and very bright. So I don't dilute them. So I'm picking out my red and my yellow, closing up the bag and putting it away. And for those people who like to lecture me on getting dye on my hand and everything going into my skin and into my body, guess what I brought today? Does anyone know? Can you guess? Can you guess what I actually have today so that I can do this demo without as many complaints and comments about my safety? I'm trying really hard to be extra safe for my videos. No guesses? Maybe? I brought my gloves, which these are actually really nice. They're salon gloves and they fit a lot better than just regular gloves. Jeremiah, you got it. All right, so did you, Brian. I have tiny little hands, and so it's really hard to find gloves that actually fit nicely, and these are wonderful. Hi, Dustin. I think they're a little bit more menacing that they're black too, but they don't snap. I want them to snap. They don't. Hello. Am I going to upload this video to my YouTube channel? Maybe, if I figure out how. I haven't done that before. I usually just post it to Facebook and see what happens. I could upload it as long as the YouTube subscribers that I have, which, by the way, I passed 1,000 subscribers, which I never thought I was going to do without posting as many videos. So, yay, me. I know, it's crazy. But yeah, if they don't mind all of the random answering of questions that they, I don't know, can or cannot see, I'm not sure if all the comments pop up on the screen in the YouTube video, if that's actually recorded, or if it's just the video itself with me answering questions that no one can see. I'm not entirely sure. So, you're from West Michigan? I'm from West Michigan. I went to school in Grand Rapids. I'm not sure where you're from. You subscribe? Thank you. Okay, I'm going to move the body and the leg of this thing so I don't end up accidentally getting dye on it, and the spikes all just fell out again, so I'm going to set these to the side so that I can change my camera angle without knocking anything off of stuff. Da-da-da. And you can see sort of a messier part of my shop. Don't look. Let's see, let's see. Okay, now from this angle, I might not be able to see as many comments come in. Use money band. Use money band for what? I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about. Hi, Scott. Scott. I may be mistaken, but are you demonstrating at a woodworking show coming up pretty soon? I think I might have seen you in a publication recently. Steven, glad you could join. Hey, alright, so, I don't want to get this all stained up, but I might anyways. I've got my Stamen all ready to go, and I do not airbrush. I don't use any special tools. I don't do anything fancy with this. I use a paper towel, and I don't use the whole thing. I rip off a couple pieces. Very simple, very easy. Roll it up so that at least most of the edges are contained and I've got a nice surface to work with. And let's see. Somehow the yellow cracked the lid for it, so I either need to find a replacement one or fix this one or just deal with it, which I have been. And I am just putting a ton of yellow on here. This is how I do the Flamen. I think I'm gonna call them that, unless it's already taken by something else. Or unless it is already something else. Flamen. Flame Stamen. And for this gradient look that I do for some of my work, I am going to color the entire thing yellow. Okay, on all of them. And you can see, I don't know if you can see the figure coming out in that. That is going to look really cool. Hey Sterling Davis, how are you? Glad you could join. Oh, the wood is figured maple, or at least some of it's figured maple. The tiny, tiny little pieces that I'm working with right here, this is just regular maple. It doesn't really have much figure in it, but the 3 larger Stamen have figure. And if I do 9 Stamen coming out of this one piece, I might end up continuing with the figured maple, but I'm not entirely sure whether the 3 more that I'll add will be smaller than the small ones, because they might, because I think that this is kind of a good range, or if they will be between the small and the large in size, so you might not be able to see much of the figure on those other ones. I hope everyone can hear me okay. It's actually a really nice day right now where I am, and so I have my garage door open, and every once in a while there's a car that drives by or tiny children in my neighborhood screaming for some reason. Okay, this looks awesome. Can you guys see that figure in there? That's fantastic. Hi, Jim Parks. Okay, so you can see I'm on my last one, and all I'm doing is wiping on a pretty good amount of the yellow dye. If they don't like it, they can click away, upload it. Some people will benefit. Okay, good. Good suggestion. I think I'll do that if I figure out how. Somebody send me instructions of how to take this video and put it on YouTube, because I have no idea, and I am not, as most people that know me will be able to tell you, I am not technologically savvy. Sounds okay to me. Good. I'm glad. Okay, so I am basically, for now, done with the yellow. Now, I'm going to set this to the side because I'm probably going to need this later, and I have stained a tiny, tiny little bit of my table, but I'm okay with that. It's just a board of, what is this? It's just a plywood piece. Okay, I don't mind that I have yellow coming off of my gloves onto the paper towel. That's okay. What I am more concerned about is if I were to accidentally get way too much red on here like I just did. The red is aggressive. Alright, it's a lot darker. You always want to start with the yellow, because then you can just fade into it with the red. It gives it a nice kind of base coat. And let's see. It's messy, but it might be okay. You know what? This is why I don't like gloves. They get color. I can't see where the color is, so I don't know where I can actually handle the pieces, but if I just hold them in the middle, and I am just going to brush it from the base up, and sort of swipe upward. Now I'm not going to go all the way up. I'm going to maybe stop, that looks to be about halfway. And then, if I could find a cleanish piece of paper towel before it has too much time to dry or set, I'm just going to blend that transition. And if I want or feel the need to add a little bit more red, I can take that existing paper towel that I've set off to the side and I can add more, and I think I would like a little bit more. So add that where I need it and just gradually move upward with that color. Try purple medical gloves. I might do that eventually. Costa Rica. Hey, I'm so glad that everyone can join. I hope that at least you get a little bit of information from this, enough to make it worth your time coming in here and listening to me ramble about colors and blending and figured maple and how much I like it. Alright, so this one looks pretty good. I might be done. Now, I want to start on the big one because I want to see how it'll look, and I think that you'll be able to see it a little bit better. I think I chose the smallest one of the 3 larger pieces. Okay, so I'm starting from the bottom, working my way up, brushing it up pretty gradually, and taking my semi-clean piece of paper towel and going back and forth over that transition again to blend them, because we want a smooth gradient. I don't want it to just stop at one point and turn from red to yellow. I want it to blend from red to orange to yellow in a more pleasing way. And it's really not that complicated. If you have the dye, you or anybody can pretty much do it as long as you are patient. Because sometimes I go too far and I have to sand it back a little bit. Hi David. I have to sand it back a little bit, but I mean, just be patient with it. Try not to rush it, and you should be fine. See? I want to fade it a little bit further. It's too much yellow. And when I sanded this, I only sanded it to 320. When I finish it, I'll probably finish it and then buff it back a little bit with some 4/0 steel wool. Ha! First time hearing my voice. I hope it's not too bad. This will be coming out hopefully soon, and I'm not sure if he's watching or if he is going to be seeing this video, but I was just recorded for a podcast. And I'm almost terrified to hear it. I was the featured artist on this podcast, and I know that I can't stand the sound of my own voice, and I think that's pretty common for most people. But I'm one of 2 people talking for about an hour, and so I don't know if I'll be able to handle that for the whole time. I know I'm gonna want to listen to it to see if I said anything really stupid, because I don't remember. I start rambling, as any of you that watch me regularly know. I ramble a lot, and you know what? It's just, I don't care. Whatever. If you don't like it, go away. It's okay. But if you do, stay and watch some more, and maybe learn some stuff. What kind of dye is it? It is Trans Tint, a concentrated dye solution. And I'm using just the yellow and the red, and I'm not diluting it at all. I'm using it straight from the bottle to get this super cool Flame Stamen for a piece that I'm working on. Are you full of great information? Oh, thank you. Haha. I hope so. You know what? Some of my favorite books, and I may not have mentioned this, I hate reading. I absolutely hate it. I can't stand it. If I start reading something, I get so distracted that I lose track of what I even just read. So for the most part, I don't pick up a book at all. I'll listen to audiobooks, those will be great, but my random information, I find these books, and they're called Books of Useless Information, and if you're interested in finding out some really useless stuff, but really interesting useless stuff, Books of Useless Information, they have squirrels on them. Look those up. You can buy them. You know what, I found 3 or 4 of these at the clearance section at like Barnes & Noble. Or Schuler's, I think, might sell them. I know Barnes & Noble does, or at least they used to. But the clearance book section usually has them, you should ask. But they've got some really, really fun, useless information. I love it. A flamin' stamen. See, that's why I think I should call them just flamin'. Gonna make some flamin' today. See how many people I confuse. It'll be great. Hey, JR. Glad you could join. Hope you're doing okay. I've been thinking, and if anybody is in the Houston area, I think I maybe, not with these kind of pieces, should start doing craft shows. And like the Saturday morning craft show things with the table and the tent and whatever it is. Must be legs or some part of another creature. It is some part of another creature. It's the stamen part. So the part that will come out of the top of the body, and there's either going to be 6 or 9 of these. And I am on to dyeing my 6th one at this point. And you know, I said this at the beginning, but I will... Hi, Cameron. I'll decide whether or not it's going to be 6 or 9 once I start assembling the thing. And you know what, I'm probably going to end up leaning more toward 9 stamen just because there's 3 legs, 6 spikes that come out from the center of the piece, or the perimeter, the circumference, that come out from the outside edge of the piece. And I like the idea of having 3, 6, and 9. So there's most likely going to be 9 stamen. I'll make 3 more later tonight. And unless I need any more tweaking, that might be it. Let's see if I can arrange them by size without messing up the color on any of them. Ta-da, 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 da-da-da. Da-da-da. Easy cleanup, only used 1 bottle of, or 1 bottle. That would suck if I used a whole bottle. That thing is like 20 bucks each. Let's see, how much is it? Yeah, $20.99 at Woodcraft. Post a photo when you finish coloring, please. I believe I will. I'll post a photo. I can't stand gloves, so I'm taking them off. I'm probably, sorry, going to get dye on my, you know what, how did that happen? I have yellow dye on my hand. Oh, there's a hole. See, my safety Nazis, you win anyways, because I'm still colored. How does that even happen? How? Okay. Let me just, ta-da, zoom in. Ooh, finished product, or at least sort of. And you know what? After I make the other 3 pieces, probably 3 more stamen pieces, I will have every piece of this project made and almost all sanded and almost ready to assemble. So, ooh, yeah. All right, so hang on just a second, switching this back, opening it back up. Hey, Joshua Stevens Oakland, I was wondering if you achieved that color grad. Oh, how well, it is not airbrushed. It is done using a paper towel. Ooh. I don't know if that, I think maybe you can consider that skill. Finesse. Finesse is a good word. That's how I grind these with a grinder without breaking them. I think that's a good finesse It's a good word for what I do, I think. Top coat. When it's all colored, if so, what? I've been doing a satin spray polyurethane, but I also just picked up from Sherwin-Williams some lacquer and lacquer retarder and lacquer thinner and sanding sealer, and there's somebody in one of my groups that I go to that I was actually just at today who does this really nice lacquer, spray lacquer demonstration, and I think I'm going to email him and get the rest of his directions so that maybe I'll try a spray lacquer this time instead of spray poly. But who knows, if I'm not feeling too confident in the spray lacquer yet, because that's going to be with my new central pneumatic, basically my HVLP gun. I just got one from Harbor Freight several weeks ago. So we'll see which finish I decide on, and I'll let you guys know when it's done. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure yet. Do you seal the wood before dyeing? No, I don't. I just dye it. I think it soaks into the wood a little bit better. So please show all pieces. I can do that. Okay. Although this may not be a completed all-piece setup. Did I lose a leg? I did. I lost a leg. This may not be all of the pieces because I'll probably add 3 more later, and I'm probably going to be ebonizing the legs and the spikes later on. This is a layout of, I got my finger pinched in the tripod, all 6, 12, 15, 16 pieces of this one piece. Ta-da! Ta-da-da! Alright. You know what, I will try to get his information and get that stuff posted on Facebook. It'll be a good thing to have, I think. A good resource. And as long as he's fine with me posting it, I'll go for it. He did a demo a few months ago, so I don't see why he wouldn't be willing to share. So, tra-la-la-la-la. Yeah, that's me. I make so many weird noises. Okay, well, that's it for me today. Stamen staining stamina. Thank you. So I hope you enjoyed. I might post this on YouTube. Maybe. I will be posting more progress pictures later on as I finish the process, and I've got another piece that I'm working on at the same time that I'm deciding on whether or not I'm going to color it or keep it natural colors. We'll see. I might be dyeing it blue. I'm not entirely sure yet, so that's going to be exciting because I've never done that to anything before. Yellow and red? Yes. Blue? No. But I have that color, so we shall see. Alright, thank you guys for joining me. It's been great. I will see you next time.